Welcome back to the next part of the lecture, the next video number 2. Uh, we shall try to explain again the derivative in form of, let's say, formula or as a function. After computing limit, which we already explained, the limit of the tangent problem drives or gives us the derivative. So derivative is a function after solving this limit. So this is the formula, how you compute this limit, and this limit problem is basically equal to this derivative. So this is the formula of the derivative. In other words, this is at particular point A, but for general x, so you just give an increment in x, and then this is that increment, this quotient and limit, so h approaches to 0. So instead of at particular point, we can also have a derivative rate of change for a complete curve f of x. Now look at this example. The graph of function is given in this figure, this blue line. So we do not know the function exclusively. Now the question is how we can sketch the derivative. In other words, we have to find f prime, derivative of f, not in form of algebraic expression or statement, but in form of graph. So that's somehow, unusual or tricky maybe example for you, but let's see how it goes. You can estimate the value of the derivative at any value of x by drawing tangent at the point. We already explained. So derivative is basically slope of the tangent, right, or slope of the curve, and estimating its slope. So you can find derivative by estimating its slope. For example, at x is equal to 5, if you want to find the slope of the tangent, you have simple formula. Now this is x is equal to 5, this one, and this point, and then if you draw this, we get, for example, this value. At x is equal to 5, the tangent is 3 by 2. So this allows us to plot point on the graph of this one. Right? So for this point, f prime will be 3 by 2. So f prime at 5 is basically 3 by 2, as we see. This is the slope of the tangent, and this is equal to 2. So at x is equal to 5, corresponding to this, we have obtained this one point. Similarly, looking at the graph, we notice that these 3 points A, B, C, and there, so okay, and we cannot go to the back slide. So you can see in the back slide at point A, B, and C, the slope of the tangent is 0, right? So derivative is 0. So the graph of the f prime, derivative of f, must be crossing x-axis at these 3 points A, B, C, because tangent is 0 and graph of f prime must be crossing x-axis. So x-axis means y is equal to 0. So this is how it is written here, and similarly you can graph the f prime. So this is short example. A detailed example is given in the handout of the solved example, which is also uploaded on the LMS. Just follow that one. There is another example. Derivative is a function of derivative as a function or simple derivative. So now let's talk about some notation. So well, I already told you one is this notation, and this one, or people use this one, and complete f of x, they use operator d with respect to x, and all these notations are equivalent. Whichever you want to like, you may use it. In different books you will find so many different notation. And yeah, classical, this is also the operation rate of change of y with respect to rate of change of x. So, well, this is also a matter of notation, and this is notation when we have to compute derivative at particular points. So you just draw this line and say such that x is equal to, or alternatively you also write f prime, you write f prime a. Okay, now look, this example is tricky. I discussed the same example in the class, and the graph of this function is also having one, let's say, cone or the point where the derivative is not possible because at that point tangent doesn't exist. So look, if x is equal to 0, then this is equal to simply x, because you just plug in x and you get 0. And when x is equal to, x is greater than 0, modulo of x is equal to positive x. So choose small h such that this is greater than 0, and hence this is equal to this one. Therefore, for x equal to this, derivative is this. Alright, so this is limit problem, and simplifying right hand side, this reduces to h over h and 1. So it is differentiable for x greater than 0, but when x is less than 0, this modulus is equal to minus 1. Now if you put x is equal to minus 1, so minus 1, this will be 1. So when x is minus 1, for any negative value, basically you multiplying this minus and it becomes positive, right? And choose h small such that and h will be smaller than x, of course, and x is negative, then this still remains negative. So it means h quantity is less than x. So this is still negative. So this modulus is equal to bracket minus. Okay, my definition. Now this limit problem to find derivative, and this modulus is replaced with minus, and this thing simplification gives us this is equal to minus 1. So it is also differentiable. Limit exists. F is also differentiable for x less than 0. Now the point is only the only point remains on this real line is this is positive infinity, this is negative infinity, this 0 point. So let's check at 0. Now this is definition f0 plus h is certainly smaller quantity, and now f is this modulus 0 plus h minus this and this, again simplifying to get this quantity. Now what do you think, this exists? So this limit does not exist, because from left hand side this is equal to minus h, from right hand side this is equal to positive h. Let's compute the left and right hand side limit. From positive it is 1, from negative it is negative. So both limits are not same, hence this limit does not exist. Therefore function is not differentiable, or derivative does not exist at 0. So it is written here. So except 0 it is differentiable on completely line. Example 5. This is graph of the function modulus of x, and before this slide the graph of derivative of function was plot, and it was like this and this. Yeah. Okay. So sorry. Now derivative of this is 1 and derivative of this is minus 1. So y is equal to 1, and y is equal to minus 1. These blue lines are graph of f prime x, where f is this modulus. So this is graph of derivative, graph of f prime, and it is not defined at 0. There is a hole around this point, hollow point. So at 0 it is not. I hope it clear. If you do not, then just read out the handouts where it is explained already. Now from this example of modulus, we could conclude that a function is differentiable, then it is also continuous. Now function was not differentiable because limit did not exist at x is equal to 0, and when limit didn't exist at x is equal to 0, then it is not continuous. So when function is differentiable, it is continuous. Yeah, and converse of this, like if f is continuous, then not necessarily f be derivable or differentiable. It's inverse, right? Now question is, in what situations function becomes undifferentiable or fail to be differentiable? Some corners, discontinuities, when example was this one, and are where there is a vertical tangent lines, like vertical asymptote, as like this example. So for this function f of x is equal to y, at this particular point this is y prime, and now it is infinity, right? And vertical tangent line, so limit does not exist. For this blue curve at this point where tangent is this, so it's steeper. And there are a couple of more examples. So at this point, discontinuity and function derivative of function does not limit exist, sorry, and also at this point x is equal to a, not differentiable, not differentiable, and yeah. And next is higher derivative. So if you compute first derivative, then second derivative, third derivative on the result, fourth derivative on that result. And these are notations: f prime over prime, or f double prime, f triple prime, divided by dx, and another divided by dx on this one, or d square y over dx square is another notation. Okay, so now find double derivative, or let at least study, interpret this one. So the first derivative of x cube using classical definition or your college mathematics experience is this one, and second differentiation is again differentiation of this function. It means differentiation of 3x square minus 1, which is 6x. If you use definition, classical definition, then we get to that 6. Now graphs f prime and double prime are shown. This below is f, this is f prime, and this is f double prime. You see this is a straight line, right? So these are graphs of first derivative and second derivative. Okay, this is still example 6, interpreted well. And more about higher derivatives, I skipped this because there are a lot of solved example in your handouts. Thank you for being. Wait for the next video. Thank you.